fun and positive vibes. Thank you so much to the new subscribers and the returning subscribers. We don't take you for granted. We really appreciate your support. Thank you for subscribing to this channel, and thank you for liking our videos, and thank you for giving us morale, encouraging us by your comments. We don't take that for granted, and once again I say thank you. So today we are going to talk yet again about the lad we all love. There is an article I came across of somebody who had shot a video, and the title of the video was Trump reclaiming billions of money from Jamaica. And this video was about the United States of America withdrawing aid and grants from some of the countries in Africa and also Jamaica. And according to this video, he was saying that this is going to affect Jamaica a lot. And he quoted one of the sector that is going to be more affected is the health sector. And he talked about that the United States of America aids the health care in Jamaica, that is disease prevention and maternal health and HIV treatments and prevention programs. And therefore, according to this man, he was saying that most Jamaicans actually rely on the USA aids for prevention of HIV and AIDS and also treatment. And he was also talking about drugs, public health infrastructure, medical supply chains, and that will cause deficit on drugs, vaccines, and medical equipment. And he was also saying this withdrawal of grants is going to affect economic development projects in Jamaica, like agricultural, like tourism, like business. All that will be affected if Trump actually withdraws aid from Jamaica. And of course in Africa. I know in Africa we really rely on some of these aids because there are programs that I have seen in our nation on diseases and AIDS. But I want to say that I disagree with him when it comes to Jamaica. Maybe Jamaica is receiving grants on health, on infrastructure, on all those things that he was talking about. But I want to say, Jamaica has done so far much better when they were very close to United States of America than Jamaica is doing very well when they are not very close. How can I put it, guys? We have seen there is a lot of infrastructure projects going on in Jamaica, and we saw United States of America coming to say that they actually see that there is a lot of interference of China on Jamaica and other Caribbean islands and Panama Canal. And I want to say, I don't think Jamaica can be so much affected by the withdrawal of aid by the government of Trump. This is because, one, Jamaica is doing very well without a lot of grants and aids from United States of America. I don't want to say that Jamaica does not need United States of America because each country needs each other. United States of America needs Jamaica, and Jamaica also needs United States of America. We cannot live like an island. We need each other. But on the other hand, we cannot say that Jamaica is not going to survive without USA aids and grants. First of all, if Trump has decided to withdraw aids and grants on Jamaica and on African countries, it's a high time we also run to actually support our own people without relying on other people to come and help us feed our own people, treat our own people, build roads on our own people. And we have seen it's possible. We have seen Burkina Faso with Ibrahim Trail, just a country without resources like Jamaica, surviving on its own, constructing many roads, constructing airports, and doing very well. In other words, I'm saying Jamaica has more resources than any other country in Africa, and if they can manage their resources well, Jamaica can do far much well without getting aids from any source. Remember that Jamaica is a very, very rich country when it comes to agriculture. Jamaica can be able to feed its own people. So it does not need another country to come and feed its people. Because according to this guy, and I think I'll give you a clip of his video so that you can understand what I'm talking about. I was saying one of the points that this guy was giving is that Jamaicans get some of the foodstuffs from United States of America so that they can have nutritional or other food that covers all the nutrition required by the people of Jamaica. But I want to say, according to what I've read, for the last 1 year and so, Jamaica has enough food and natural food and balanced diet food to actually feed its people. So I don't think Jamaica can rely on United States of America to actually feed its people. Number two, in the thumbnail of this guy, he had actually put an African country and elderly people being fed and calling it Jamaica. I don't think Jamaica has reached that point where its people are being fed. Like I have said earlier, Jamaica has enough food because we are seeing Jamaica is an agricultural land and it has very fertile soils and very great lands where it can cultivate and actually produce enough food for its people. And therefore, I don't think Jamaica needs to be aided when it comes to food. I don't know whether this information, this guy, actually I don't know where this guy was getting the information from. By the way, guys, let me just put a clip of his video so that you can understand what I'm talking about. And then I can come back, sorry.
Jamaica, a long-standing recipient of US foreign assistance, was among the countries immediately affected. The impact intensified when USAID, the primary US agency responsible for administering humanitarian aid, saw dozens of senior officials placed on administrative leave. Many of these officials were responsible for processing waivers that could have allowed some aid to continue. With their removal, the process became even more uncertain, delaying decisions on which programs might be exempt from the freeze. By January 30th, USAID had laid off thousands of contractors, some of whom worked on development and humanitarian programs in Jamaica. These cuts effectively shut down critical operations, with no clarity on when or if funding would resume. The impact on Jamaica. 1. Healthcare services in crisis. Jamaica's healthcare system, which has benefited from US-funded programs in maternal health, disease prevention, and emergency response, is now under strain. One of the most severe consequences of the aid freeze is the disruption of HIV treatment and prevention programs. Many clinics in Jamaica rely on US funding to provide free or low-cost antiretroviral medication to patients. Without aid, these programs may shut down, putting thousands of Jamaicans at risk. Additionally, funds that support public health infrastructure, including medical supply chains, are now suspended. This could lead to shortages of essential medicines, vaccines, and medical equipment in hospitals and clinics. Health workers are warning that without immediate intervention, the freeze could result in a rise in preventable diseases and increased mortality rates. 2. Economic development stalled. Jamaica's economy is highly dependent on international partnerships, including US foreign aid that supports business development, job creation, and infrastructure improvements. The sudden halt in funding means projects that were designed to stimulate economic growth, such as small business grants, agriculture initiatives, and tourism support, are now in jeopardy. The freeze has also led to layoffs among local contractors who were employed through US-funded initiatives. Hundreds of Jamaicans working in development programs have lost their jobs, further increasing economic instability. 3. Educational programs at risk. Jamaican schools and educational initiatives that receive US funding are also feeling the effects of the freeze. Programs aimed at providing resources to underprivileged students, training teachers, and improving school infrastructure are now stalled. This could widen the educational gap for low-income communities that rely on international assistance to access better learning opportunities. 4. Humanitarian and food aid disruptions. Many vulnerable communities in Jamaica rely on US-funded food security programs that provide nutritional assistance to families in need. With the aid freeze in place, food distribution programs are being forced to cut back or shut down entirely. This puts thousands of at-risk Jamaicans, including children and the elderly, at risk of hunger and malnutrition. 5. Uncertainty in infrastructure and disaster relief. Jamaica is prone to natural disasters such as hurricanes and flooding, and US aid has historically played a key role in disaster preparedness and relief efforts. The freeze means that funding allocated for emergency response and infrastructure resilience is now on hold. If a disaster were to strike during this period, Jamaica could face significant challenges in mobilizing resources for recovery efforts. A political and humanitarian crisis.
Yeah, I know you have listened to this guy and you have heard some of the problems he's quoting that are going to be faced by the Jamaican people if the aids have been withdrawn. And according to him, it has already happened. And therefore, Jamaicans are supposed to prepare, according to him, for the problems that are on the way. And I want to say, just like I had said earlier, I don't think Jamaica can be affected by withdrawal of aids. First of all, Jamaica has a lot of income that comes from the tourism industry and agriculture. And therefore, Jamaica can be able to support the health care for its people, can be able to actually cater for drugs, vaccinations, or vaccines, and material or medical equipment that are needed for the people of Jamaica. About economic development, Jamaica has got already allies or friends like China that are doing great in the area with an agreement between the Jamaican government and the China government on the projects they want undertaken. And therefore, I don't think the withdrawal of aids by the United States of America is really going to affect the economic development of Jamaica. There are so many projects that are going on in Jamaica that are not aided or supported by United States of America because China is funding most of the projects in Jamaica. The other thing I wanted to say is that Jamaica itself has got a lot of minerals. Jamaica is a very small island but very rich. It has got gold, which is on the pipeline to be proved commercially able to be produced. They have petroleum oil. They have, I have said gold, petroleum, and other minerals like zinc, copper, bauxite. They are the major producers of bauxite. And therefore, I don't think that Jamaica can be unable to support its people. It has enough resources in terms of natural resources and artificial resources. Apart from that, Jamaica has a lot of income that comes from insurance. And therefore, with the many sectors where Jamaica can get its resources, its finances from, we have mentioned tourism, we have mentioned minerals, we have mentioned agriculture, we have mentioned what else? There are so many sources of finances to actually put in the basket of Jamaican's economy. And therefore, I don't think the withdrawal of aids by the United States of America is going to bring about a lot of effects on the Jamaican people. The other thing he quoted about was job, employment. I remember there is this video I was shooting about that the Prime Minister of Jamaica had talked about. They have a lot of jobs, skilled laborers jobs in Jamaica. And actually at one point, Jamaica was supposed to get employees from Kenya, teachers, and I think nurses, if I'm not wrong. Meaning that Jamaica has got a lot of employment for its people, and it is resourcing from other countries like Kenya. And therefore, I don't think employment will actually be affected by the withdrawal of aids by the United States of America. And I think that some of these videos, okay, I don't want to talk about anyone, but I want to say that what we have learned about Jamaica, I don't think it can be affected by withdrawal of aids by the withdrawal of aids by Trump. Because like I have said to you, Jamaica is a country that has stood the test of times. They have proved now and again that they can be able to stand on their own. They have enough resources. Not forgetting that Jamaica also gets money from the talents, its athletes, its footballers. These people, when they get money from participating in different competitions, they return that money to Jamaica, and it actually boosts the economy of Jamaica. Not forgetting the Jamaicans that live in the diaspora and the money they bring back to their country. We actually found that the Jamaican diaspora are a great part of the economy of Jamaica. And therefore, I don't think this withdrawal of aids can actually affect Jamaica. And therefore, I decided to react on this video because I think there is some misunderstanding somewhere about Jamaica and its resources. So guys, I want to stop at that. Thank you once again for watching us. See you during the next video. Bye bye and God bless.